Hey fellow drone enthusiasts, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I want to start out today with a few shout-outs. You know, I got to tell you, like I've said before, one of my missions with this channel is to hopefully help people that are thinking about it get into the hobby. And, you know, with that, I sometimes review some of the lower priced GPS drones that would maybe help somebody get started. So today we're going to take the SJRC S20W up again. I flew it yesterday and we did all right, but I think I can do better. I think I understand it a little more, so we'll try some things. We'll try the follow me mode out, and we'll fly it around and see if we can kind of get a better feel for how steady and how the GPS works on the drone. So anyway, that aside, I want to give some shout outs to a bunch of people. If you're new and just getting into this sport, one of the things that really helps you is getting involved with some drone Facebook groups and YouTube channels, etc. And of course, I'd love it if you subscribe to mine, but there's a ton of other people that do a really great job. So I'll start with my experience. My first real drone was a Phantom 3 Standard, and you know, as I was searching around, one of the guys I ran into was Sean Matthews at the Drone Seekers, and he had a bunch of how-to videos posted on the Phantom 3, and it really helped me get started and helped me get going. And so that is what I would like to encourage new people to do. And you know, even if you've been out there for a while, gosh, what a community. So first off, I mentioned Sean Matthews. I want to give a shout out to the Drone Seekers. I've got their website up on my computer here. What a really fun bunch of people. So Sean is in Spain now. He's a British expat, and he's got his friend Steve Donnett. They kind of started the group as two Phantoms, and then it became the Drone Seekers. And there's a bunch of other great people. I'm sure I'm going to forget some names. Kevin Franklin, Jackie Akers, a whole bunch of Steves, and a lot of others. And they're all really fun people, and it's fun to watch their channel. And you also learn about the hobby as well. And then really a big shout out to Ron over at RC World. Ron has runs a really helpful channel. Particularly, he flies all different kinds of drones, from non-GPS starter drones all the way up to Phantoms and Mavics, etc. And just really easygoing, nice guy with some nice reviews. Of course, Bill, the drone reviewer. Bill is really does an awesome job. He focuses primarily on DJI products, but others as well. And he's really good at digging up all the new news with regard to things coming from DJI. And then also Bill over at Coast to Coast Drones. Those three do a live show, Facebook show, a YouTube Hangout show every week called Drone Therapy. I encourage you to look at that if you haven't. Oh, I should also mention that Drone Seeker Sean does a live show at 10 p.m. Spanish time. So if you were on the West Coast, let me think, that'd be 1 p.m. and it's 3 p.m. for me here in Mountain Time. And if you're in Central or Pacific, you're just gonna have to figure that out for yourselves. But anyway, all that said, I just want to encourage you to get out there and connect with the community, because it's really a bunch of friendly people, and you really do feel the camaraderie when you're within this hobby and involved in this hobby. So anyway, the other thing is, you'll see I'm wearing my Corvette shirt today. This weekend is the first weekend of Test and Tune out at Firebird Raceway. So I'm a member of the Valley Corvettes race team, and I'll have my 2017 C7 Corvette out there and taking some runs at the quarter mile and see what we can do and get ready for the upcoming racing season. Man does not live by drones alone. So I guess the reason I'm bringing that up is you might see some of those videos on this channel, and I realize it's primarily a drone channel, but eventually I hope to get a second channel going, and then I'll probably start posting that stuff over there. But for now, everything I do is going to be right here on the Idaho Quadcopter channel. So if you see some other stuff, hey, if you like it, watch it. If you don't, you know, you can just move on to the next one. But anyway, so that's enough of that. Let's take this little guy and let's get it up in the air and let's just try out a few things with it. What I'll say is after this flight today, I will probably, unless I can think of something else kind of creative to do with this little drone, I will probably just put it up on eBay and sell it. I guess that's another thing that I would say is one of the ways that I fund the new drones is to you can partially fund them by selling your other ones on. So let's quit messing around. Let's get out there in the field and let's fly this thing. Hey, okay, drone enthusiasts. We've got the little S20W ready to go. We're going to try and see if the takeoff button will work this time. We're all calibrated and ready to take off. Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't work. I tried that yesterday and it didn't seem to work. So let's try it one more time. Yeah, this doesn't seem to go. So so we're going to do it here. Take off on the app, and we're recording. So. Remote control connection fails, it says. I don't know. I'm going to try turning the controller off and turning it back on, and let's see if that... well, we can try this one more time. Yeah, it's just not going. So I'm going to turn the controller off and turn it back on. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what's up here, folks. I've got a picture from the drone. Yeah, I've got a good connection to the drone, so it says remote control connection fails. Okay, so Wi-Fi says we're connected. So let's go back to the app. There again, it's showing me as low battery on the controller for whatever reason. It had plenty of battery yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, it says remote control connection fails. Okay guys, sorry about that. That was my fault. I saw what I did there. You have to bind the controller every time, so just up and down on the stick. So rookie error there. So here we go. Let's see if it'll take off. So that was with the button on the controller. It worked that time. We are going to start video here. Well, that took a picture. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, now video is started. So it's looking pretty steady there. Yeah, it's moving around quite a bit here. So we got a pretty good little breeze going on. Let me pick the camera up. Sorry about that. Okay, there's the camera. Bring her forward here. Yeah, so you can see I'm flying it around, and we're still getting that circular motion. And of course, what I'm going to say is there is quite a breeze here today. Back it up a little. It's getting a little too close for comfort there. It moves around a lot, so you know, it's I'm going to say it's not the steadiest thing in the world. So I'm going I'm going to turn the camera around here, excuse me. And we're going to get out facing towards the field here. And we're going to see if we can get some pictures. Okay guys, so I'm going to go full stick forward and let's see what it does. So that was pretty good. You know, if we'd have done that with the Xeno, you know, we would have got that dive that we've all experienced in the past. So I'm going to go full stick backwards. You can see there, I got a little bit off center. So that actually is pretty impressive. Okay, so I am going to try and put it into follow me mode here. So let's try follow me mode and see what it'll do. That's the top button on the controller here. Yeah, so it's following as I go towards it. It's backing up. It's not pointing the camera towards me. However, it is following the controller. So there, wow, it's really toilet bowling now. Man, it's going nuts here. Yeah, man, I hope you guys can, yeah, you'll be able to see that on the video. So I'm not touching the controls, guys. Yeah, this is kind of fun. So let's take it out of that. Yeah, so as soon as I took it out of follow me, it calmed right down, as you can see. So let's do this. Let's go up and let's get some altitude. Let's see how high we can go with this little guy. So straight up. And it's up there a ways, but according to this, 30 meters. Looks like that's as far as it'll go. It's possible that I might have it in a, yeah, it's in beginner mode. We're going to turn that off. Yeah, it was in beginner mode, so we're gonna move all of these up to max and save. Okay, so let's see if we can go higher. Yeah, there it goes. Had to take it out of beginner mode. Wow, the battery on the drone is about at least down to a third. So, boy, they're not kidding. You don't get a lot of. So let's just do a quick yaw around. And I can't really, I'm getting some dropouts on the FPV here, guys, so I can't really see what it's doing. So let's bring her back down. Well, I can see it up there. It's, man, it has no problem getting up there in some height. It's coming down, but it's a pretty slow descent. The other thing I'm noticing is I'm feeling a little bit of notchiness in the controls here. There we go, there we are. So let's do a pull away shot. We're about out of battery here, so let's go backwards and up. The classic pull away is one of the coolest things you can do with your drone, in my opinion. So it looks like it went into return to home mode because it, well, maybe not. It looked like it was coming back towards me. So let's bring her back. We're descending as we come back. Yeah, so we're in red on battery. I'm gonna run it out there a ways, and let's just see what it does. So I'm just gonna leave it there to hover. And yesterday, yeah, it's doing a return to home. Here it comes. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Well, I don't know if the camera caught that or not, but it did pretty good. Let me pick the camera back up. Sorry about all the blue. Okay, guys. Hey, I think that was a successful flight. So I don't know if you remember my flight yesterday. It was beeping a lot. That, I think, happens when you tilt the camera. So let's prove that right now. It's still on. Well, yeah, it's stopped there. So I'm gonna shut off video instead of looking at my feet here. Let's turn it the other way. I am going to shut off video on the app, and then let's turn on. I'm going to turn on video on the controller, and let's see what it does. Well, that was a picture. Yeah, no, it's So there's that beep. So here's what I'm going to tell you. When you are turning on video, use the app rather than the controller, because when you turn it on the controller, you get that continuous beep. But if you record via the app, you don't get that. So anyway, I'm going to shut this thing down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Okay, guys. Quick conclusion here. Alrighty, again today we flew the SJRC S Series S20W. This is a starter drone. I paid about 72 bucks for it and got it off of Banggood. This was a pretty fun flight. I made some mistakes there in the beginning, forgetting that I have to bind the controller every time. When you don't do that on a DJI drone or something a little more expensive, but you got to remember that on these cheaper drones. So once I bound the controller, we were good. I'm going to edit out all the time that it took me to get the thing going there initially. But all of that said, I think it was a pretty good flight. The follow me function was terrible. I mean, this thing toilet bowled like you can't even believe. Well, you'll see it in the video. Obviously, I've already seen it in the video. So the follow me function. So As far as those special functions, not so hot. But for just flying around, hey, I took it way up there as you saw it. I flew it way out there, and you know, it handled fine. And when I flew it directly away from the camera and directly back, there was no sink. There was no. I probably should have tried some turns. I didn't think about it, quite frankly. But anyway, yeah, you know, if you're just starting out, I could recommend this drone. I'm going to throw another caveat out there, though. If you look back at some of my older videos, I tested another starter drone that was under $100, and I think it's about the same price as this one now. It's the Vizio XS812 SE, I believe it is, and I think it says Private Eyes or something on the front of the box. That was a cheap little GPS drone that was phenomenal. It did like circle mode, you know, where it would do an orbit. It did follow me. It did a bunch of stuff, and that thing was a pretty cool drone. So, to be honest with you, I would take that Vizio over this guy, but I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with this one for a starter drone if you want to find out. The other thing I've got going is this was just an opportunity. Chris over at the Hubsan QC channel put up a discount code on his channel through Amazon for a Hubsan H216A X4 Desire, and so I picked that one up for under $55, and it's another little GPS drone. So we'll do a couple of videos on that one as well, and we'll see what it is. Thank you to Chris for putting that discount code up there, because gosh, I mean, for $55 for a GPS drone, I'd say that's a bargain. And if it works at all, and I'm sure it will be fine, but we'll find out, $55 to try out this hobby is pretty good. Now, as I've been trying some of these cheaper drones, it makes me think, okay, if my best friend called me up and said, Marcus, I want to buy a drone to start off with, what should I buy? You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably tell him either a Hubsan Xeno, if I felt that he had the technical ability to deal with that, and if not, I'd probably say the DJI Spark. Or if it was somebody that didn't quite have the money to do that, maybe even the that Rise DJI Tello. The Tello is not a GPS drone, but man, if you've seen video off of that thing, it's phenomenal. It's got a phenomenal camera, and it's got all the GPS technology, or excuse me, DJI technology built into it, that it seems to be a pretty cool little product. So all of that said, I guess there's just a lot of choice, which is always a good thing. So I'll conclude this video. So this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And most of all, I just really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you on the next one.